5773 provided 7th Cavalry throughout the Indian War period in 1873. Colt presented the popular design 1873, likewise referred to as the single-action army, the Colt. 45 inches, not to be confused with Colt-made designs of the M1911 semi-automatic, or simply, the Peacemaker, among the most well-known handguns ever made. It is still in production, in addition to numerous clones and lookalikes, and its general look has stayed the same given that 1873. Although initially produced the United States Army, the design 1873 was widely dispersed and popular with civilians, ranchers, lawmen, and criminals alike. Its style has influenced countless other revolvers. In the U.S., the traditional single-action revolver still reigned supreme up until the late 19th century. In Europe, nevertheless, arms makers fasted to adopt the double-action trigger. While the US was producing weapons like the Model 1873, the Europeans were building double-action designs like the French MAS Modle 1873 and the rather later British Enfield Mk1 and 2 revolvers. Britain relied on cartridge conversions of the earlier BeaumontAdams double-action previous to this. Smith & Wesson M&P revolver in 1889, Colt introduced the design 1889, the very first genuinely modern-day double-action revolver, which varied from earlier double-action revolvers by having a swing-out cylinder, as opposed to a top break or side-loading cylinder. Swing-out cylinders quickly captured on, since they integrated the very best functions of earlier designs. Side-loaders, like the earlier Colt design 1871 and 1873, offered a rigid frame, but required the user to eject and fill one chamber at a time, as they turned the cylinder to line each chamber up with the side-mounted loading gate. Smith & Wesson followed 7 years later with the hand injector, design 1896 in. .38 special cartridge. The design 10 went on to become the finest-selling handgun of the 20th century, at 6,000,000 systems, and the .38 Unique is still the most popular chambering for revolvers in the world. These new guns were an improvement over the Colt 1889 design because they integrated a combined center pin and ejector rod to lock the cylinder in position. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.